Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Stardom Review, a seemingly now weekly review where myself and my regular co host, Andre C., review the amazing all women's Japanese wrestling company known as Wonder of Stardom. I'm your co host, Melball Collins, and unfortunately, my amazing co host, Andre C., was unavailable this week to join me on the stream here. So, unfortunately, you just get to deal with me and my imagination, as Andre is certainly the more well versed individual in regards to like moves and move sets, stuff like that. So unfortunately, we miss his color commentary today. However, you get a Mel Ball, and we're going to be talking about the amazing Triangle Derby that's been going on within the Stardom company. It is absolutely amazing so far. We are on, I believe, our fifth night that we have had so far. We did review night one already. We are going to do night 2, 3, and 4, which is January 6th, January 7th, and January 9th in today's episode. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. So January 6th, actually only featured one match from the Triangle Derby. So we're just going to, or we, me is going to go through it really quickly just to let you know kind of what happened, because there were a few other really fun matches that happened throughout this kind of night. So the first match was the first match. It was a singles match, and it was between faction members Waka Tsukiyama as she took on her colors and Triangle Derby teammate Rina Amikura. I love Rina Amikura, and what I've been seeing of her, she is just so overly excitable, so happy to be there. I love how when they first started the match, Rina is very, very loud, very audible, very, when she says, let's have a good match, she is just projecting it into your soul. Waka just internalizing all of that and bringing it back to her, so showing that she is just absolutely ready to get into this match. This was actually a really fun match. Waka fighting very, very hard because, as we are aware, she is kind of on borrowed time with the Cosmic Angels. Tom Nakano saying she's got about 3 months to pick up a win before she will be essentially kicked out of the Cosmic Angels. So Waka fighting super, super hard. This match in particular, Waka was just really, really high energy, really, really going for it. Particularly at the end of the match, she actually had so many near falls that I was actually on the edge of my seat, just hopeful that this was going to be the match that I see Waka Tsukiyama pick up that win. Alas, Rina manages to pin Waka after what they labeled a double Amen Buster. It for me, I can't even accurately describe it. The hold was very strange up on the shoulder when she came down, but again, pinning Waka for that win, showing tremendous support afterwards, also to Waka, helping her to the back. This is a very interesting story that they're doing with the Cosmic Angels. I am very interested to see how it kind of goes, and if Waka is allowed to remain within the Cosmic Angels after a few months, or if she will just somehow pick up that win. You got to keep watching and just find out. So from here, we're going to go on to match 2, which was a tag match that featured Lady C and Maika from Donna Del Mondo taking on Yu and Yuna Mizumori from the Neo Stardom Army. Um, Man, this was a fun match. We have 3 absolute powerhouses that are in this match, and then we have the very tall Amazon, very striking Lady C. You and Micah starting off with some chain wrestling at the beginning of this match. Very, very nice change of pace. The women do tend to start very quickly in Stardom. So seeing this chain wrestling breakdown with you and Micah, again, Micah being one of my personal favorite and girl crushes within this company, she did very, very well. They did kind of do the first couple minutes of this match just going back and forth, rolling around on the ground. And it was actually a really nice change for me to see you going from that absolute powerhouse striking, just putting people down, to doing something a little different. I appreciated the highlight for sure. Yuna and Lady C really used the speed and picked up the speed for this match. This is kind of like my introduction to Yuna was this Triangle Derby, and she is just an absolute dream to see. Very colorful. I love her outfit. She's got this lime green kind of extension in the back of her head. Very excitable, very high energy, very nice breath of fresh air. And I think it's a very good even balance to add to the Neo Stardom Army. Um, Lady C and you had a chop off towards the end of this match, which actually saw Lady C really keeping up with you in her ability to chop, and then the sound and just the guttural noise that was coming off of Yu's chest. I was really, really impressed with Lady C in this. However, you did follow up with that, chop, pull back up, chop, pull back up, really set Lady C down for the rest of the match. Maika managed to get back in there and kind of have another shoulder check off with you, where they're just really trying to show off their power, which ended up with lariats for just absolutely everyone and everyone being completely laid out. Lady C did try the machine gun chops with you. Unfortunately, it did have the opposite effect that she would expect on there, where it actually hulked up you and managed to get her in a situation where Yuna was whipped into a leg drop by you, where she had her on her shoulders and just whipped her right over. It was a wicked looking leg drop. You follows it up with a splash that ended up pinning Lady C and allowing them to pick up the win on that. Afterwards, you calling out Maika, wondering where Himika is, and getting ready for their match that's coming up. I believe it's on February 4th. Um, where Maika and Himika will be taking on the Neo Stardom armies and the team of Nane Takahashi and you for the Goddess of Stardom Championships. I'm really looking forward to this match. That match is going to be off the chain. You have four powerhouses within this company just going to be slapping meat. I mean, it's going to be amazing. So from here, we're going to move on to the third match, and I believe it was the only. Oh no, there were two matches this night. My mistake. It was another night that there was only one. So we have the first Triangle Derby match of the night, which featured the team of H&M, which is Mayu Iwatani, Momo Kohgo, and Hanan taking on their other stars, kind of faction mates in classmates, which featured Hazuki, Koguma, and Saya Iida, Andre's personal favorite. I didn't have a ton of notes on this one. I was actually very enamored by this match. It wasn't as enamoring as the first time that the pre-derby match that we saw with these two, but I felt that it was actually trying to meet that same energy level, which I very much appreciated. The two things that I noted in this was just that Hanan and her judo chops are absolutely insane, and Iida, of course, is just freaking awesome with her machine gun chops. I would love to see more of Saya Iida in more of a singles competition as opposed to a team. I feel that she gets to show off a lot more when she is more in a singles kind of thing. And then we had the match ending with Hazuki submitting Momo Kogo, picking up the 2 points for classmates over H&M. I did feel that this was a fun one. It wasn't. Again, it wasn't as awesome as their pre-derby match, but it is certainly worth a watch. So moving on to the fourth match. This was an 8-woman tag match that featured the team of Queen's Quest. So the members were Utami Hayashishita, Saya Kamitani, Azumi, and Miyu Imasaki, taking on the team of Oedi Tai, Rina, Ruaka, Saki Kashima, and Natsuko Tora. This match was two of my personal favorite teams within this company. I always love seeing Utami and Natsuko get into the ring now, especially after seeing their massive showdown when Natsuko Tora did make her return to the ring before the Goddess of Stardom tournament. Miyu wanting to start off, and I you got to know when these little girls are going in there for the first time in the bit, and then like in the first beginning part of the match, it is going to be their time where they're just going to get a little wrecked. Miyu and Misaki did get pretty wrecked for the first little bit, both against Rina and Ruaka. When she managed to take out, Azumi actually managed to take down both Ruaka and Natsuko Tora, two women who pretty much dwarf her regularly. Double takedown with a double crossbody on that. Kashima Saki, though, following up on that with a massive uppercut that just laid out Azumi. Um, Toro and Isami, again, I just absolutely love these two women. Watching them go back and forth is absolutely incredible. They really are fighting for dominance when they get into that ring. Tora really having that I don't give an F attitude, and Utami is just the Red Queen. She's she's Utami. It was a great bout back and forth between them, just really move for move, strike for strike, trying to one up each other. It was absolutely great. Azumi and Reno with the hair pulling. Man, these girls, they really don't care about grabbing a handful right at the root, twisting, and tossing you across the ring. As someone who has exceptionally long hair, that is not something that I want to be dealing with. These women are tough as heck. Oedo Tai really had Queen's Quest scouted, though, intercepting several of their moves, including their triple drop kick. But managing to still save Azumi in the process with this. Queen's Quest, again, they seem like almost like a LIJ or even an United Empire version of them within Stardom, working so well together, so fluidly together to really regain control after being really scouted and kind of broken down by Oedo Tai. Azumi able to pick up a pin over Arena after doing a diving double stomp off of the roof that or off the top rope there, off the roof. That would be a little insane. Very coup de grace, Finn Balor esque, although we would rather see Finn Balor without pants. Just saying. So moving on from here, we've got match 5, which was a trios 3-way match. So this was a match that did feature um the teams, some of the teams that were most of the teams that are on the triangle derby, but just a couple ones that have been switched out for the sake of the matches here. So we did have the sort of Bari Bari Bombers. So we have or sorry, we did have the Bari Bari Bombers. We have Giulia, Thekla, and Mai Sakurai taking on the rebel army of Ram Kaichow, Maika Osaki, and oh, Andre and I are going to struggle with this one, Amaya Ukihu, taking on. Oh, so it was a triple threat. That's why I'm confused about this. It was a 3-way trios match. So it was the Bari Bari Bombers, again, Thekla, Giulia, and Mai Sakurai taking on Rebel Army, Ram Kaicho, Maika Osaki, and Maya Hukihu, and also the Cosmic Angels, Natsupoi, Saki, and another member, Yuko Sakurai, who is a part of the Lollipop faction with Rina and Waka, who performed at the beginning of the night. What Andre has mentioned in the past, and something I wanted to bring up that I actually agree with him with, is that I like in these triple kind of threat matches, it's never a two-person start. There are 3 teams, so there are 3 people in the ring, 3 teams fighting to have that pin. And realistically speaking, he is right. Why would you tag out to a team that isn't your own throughout a match? So I really did enjoy how these kinds of matches started. Natsupoi, Thekla, and Ram all starting out, all lucking up. It was a lot of fun to see all these little girls kind of having fun with this. Once Giulia, Saki, and Maya all got in, Giulia just kind of stood off to the side and didn't kind of do anything, let the other 2 kind of have it out for a little bit before just randomly running in there and feeding them both a DDT. I gotta say, I love Thekla. I absolutely love Thekla. Making a save for Mai with a vicious kick to Yuko when Mai was stuck in a submission. It really looked like it did knock the wind out of Yuko. Very nasty kick. I gotta love Thekla for that. When Giulia pinned Yuko after a glorious driver, and that is the only move that I remember from Giulia, which is yay, Melball remembered. Yeah, so Giulia picking up a win after here. It was a fun match. You guys definitely got to check out, see how the different moves, or sorry, about how the different rules affect the moves and the like the matches that are happening when you have 3 people instead of 2 in these awesome tag matches. So from here, we're going to move on to the final match of the night, which was another triangle derby match, and it featured Club Venus, so Mina Shirakawa, Mariah May, and Zaya Brookside taking on Arborembo GE, which is the team of Mirai, Ami Sohrei, and Syuri. Mina and Ami having an interesting start. Mina almost toying a bit with Ami. That is a future of Stardom champion, my lady. I know you've been here a bit, but you don't want to be messing with her. She just had a really great match with Saya Kamitani. Don't want to be kind of messing around with that one. Once Zaya got in, though, Zaya and Mirai having an amazing chain wrestling sequence in the middle of this match. Really, really, really enjoying seeing Zaya Brookside in this. I have been missing seeing her in the ring. Seeing her in Stardom again, I think is reignited that passion for her. It's really, really nice to see her just smiling, having fun. But she does add a different degree to Club Venus. I mentioned before, she is almost that kind of grounding factor for the two for the entire team. Um, Mirai had a little bit of an awkward submission on Zaya, but able to recover it very, very quickly. I'm not entirely sure what she was trying to go for, but she ended up feeding it into a kind of a half crab looking thing. It did kind of look like there was a bit of a muddling going on there, but again, just the experience of both Zaya and Mirai, they were able to kind of recover that really quickly. Unless you're looking for it, you're probably going to miss it. Um, so the end of this match coming when actually Syuri manages to get in and submit Zaya Brookside with a very fun looking stretch muffler that she calls Bayako, um, picking up the 2 points for her team. This was a very fun match. I also forgot to mention, I actually really am Mariah May is very much so growing on me. She is absolutely fantastic. She has this fun little flair that she adds on her moves that make them just look absolutely incredible. Just wanted to shout that out. So after the match here, Sori calls out someone who we noticed at the beginning of the match that I didn't mention, which was Chihiro Hashimoto. Decided to come and sit at ringside. She had a special chair set up for her. She watched the match, and Suri kind of called her over, offering a challenge up to her. Mirai taking the mic from Suri, though, and saying that she, in fact, wants to face Chihiro first, and then will be followed up by Suri. So we have now a match set for both Hashimoto taking on Mirai and Suri at some point. I am super excited for this. This was a great way to end off this first show. So that being said, we're going to run down the points real quick if I can find. Yeah, we have Arabembo. Arborembo GE sitting at 3 points. And then we have Club Venus, Prominence, Oedo Tai, My Hemi with C, Classmates, Power Passion Pineapple, and Rebel Army all sitting at 2 points. And we have Lollipop, Unique Glare, H&M, Cosmic Angels, and Bari Bari Bombers all currently at on January 6th sitting at 0 points. This was a fun show, a great way to kind of continue on with the second night of the Triangle Derby here. So that being said, we're going to continue on forward. We're going to get into the next night, which is going to be January 8th. This was an interesting show because we started with a very odd and interesting Rumble match. So let's get into it. The first match was called the Nagoya Rumble, and I'm quickly going to tell you guys all the people who were involved in it, and just going to quickly tell you what happened. There was a lot of chaos, a lot of things going on. So we have Azumi, Ruaka, Mirai, Yuna Mizumori, Momo Kohgo, Koguma, Miyu Amasaki, Hazuki, Lady C, Saya Iida, and the Strong Stardom. Oh my goodness. Super Strong Stardom Machine. Entering this one was a lot of fun. We had Saya Iida and Momo entering first, 2 star members. As this match progressed, I did want to just kind of point out a few fun things. We did see Saya Iida bicep curling Momo Kohgo as she was trying to do what looked like an arm drag on her. That was absolutely hilarious. Otherwise, we also had Momo Kohgo doing an amazing 619 on both Lady C and Saya Iida. Yuna Mizumori was dressed up like a pineapple. Lady C did struggle a little bit to do the airplane to Yuna. I don't know if it was because she had kind of did get a little wrecked before that. But she did struggle to pick up Yuna for the airplane spin, so that did look a little awkward. At the end, though, we saw the super strong Stardom Machine picking up another massive win in these Rumble matches, eliminating Azumi, the high-speed champion. Could we see the super strong Stardom Machine taking on Azumi for that high-speed championship now? We'll have to wait and see, you guys. So moving on to match two, this was a trios match. So this was another one that was not the Triangle Derby, but it was a trios match. It featured Club Venus, team of Mina Shirakawa, Zaya Brookside, and Mariah May, taking on the team of Oedo Tai, which featured Rina, Natsuko Tora, and Kashima Saki, or Saki Kashima. I just like to say both names. So Club Venus, I'm really, really loving what Mina Shirakawa has done with the construction of Club Venus here. She came in and stole essentially Oedo Tai's kind of FU pose where they get the one person in stuck and then put their feet up and pose high picture. Club Venus doing this on Rina before Oedo Tai is actually able to perform it on them. I had to appreciate that a lot. They definitely had them scouted. Mina catching a figure four on, I believe it was Kashima, and having it broken up by Tora doing. I think it's the Samoan drop, where she just runs up and just falls on you. Just yeah, it looks really, 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 really rough. Very, very close to Mina's face, which we know is still recovering from being pretty much shattered by Saya Kamitani in another Wonder of Stardom championship match that she had. There was a fun three-person move that Club Venus does that almost kind of looks like almost like a 3D with one of them just doing a random push. A lot of fun though. The three of them set it up very, very well. It looks very, very crisp, very, very nice. Mina actually pinning Kashima Saki to pick up a win for her team in this one. Really fun match. Gotta check it out. These ladies, Club Venus, doing very, very well. You want to take a look at them. They might be coming up in that Triangle Derby. So match three was, as I mentioned, Triangle Derby match. And we have the Bari Bari Bombers, so the team of Thekla, Giulia, and Mai Sakurai, taking on the team of Lollipop. So Waka Tsukiyama, Rina Amakura, and Yuko Sakurai. The This was a fun one and interesting in that when Lollipop, as I mentioned at the beginning, very vocal, very audible when they want to do the high five or let's have a great match at the beginning. They pretty much forced themselves on the Bari Bari Bombers, just screaming in their faces, and then jump started them when they tried to kind of refuse and be like, "Hey, you're a little intense." This was a little bit uncharacteristic from the typical like over the top face that we see from the lollipop gang. But this was actually a fun and different way to start because the Bari Bari Bombers are usually the people who would be doing that jump start. So it's interesting to see a kind of a difference in opinion or a difference in starting there. Um, Bari Bari also doing the Oedo Tai pose on the ropes. I'm enjoying seeing the kind of like shadiness that kind of happens with that. I just think the posing is really funny and a nice fu way to kind of get into the matches and have another moment. Rina throwing Giulia onto her teammates and then splashing her on the outside. This was absolutely insane. As Rina is, she doesn't look like she would be as agile as she is, but she is surprisingly quick, surprisingly fast. I expect to see her potentially facing off maybe with Koguma and Azumi for that high speed championship. The triple decker, I'm calling it the triple decker splash that Lollipop does, where Yuko and Waka end up on Rina's back and they end up just splashing whoever's on the ground. They managed to pull this off on Giulia. Giulia really feeling the results of that bad boy. Yeah, and then they also, or sorry, not Giulia, on Mai. But Mai coming back and hitting what I personally think is the actual like slam of the week from Stardom, pulling off a flipping leg drop off of that top rope onto Waka, managing to pin her for the win for the Bari Bari Bombers. Absolutely incredible. My Sakurai has gone from being one of my least favorite girls who I felt really needed a lot of improvement to being one of my absolute favorite women to watch in ring in just a year. This is a girl you really want to keep an eye out for. I see nothing but great things coming for her on the horizon. So the next match was another Triangle Derby match here, which saw the Cosmic Angels, so the team of Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, and Saki, taking on the team of Prominence, so Suzu, Suzuki, Risa Sarah, and Kurumi Hiragi. Um, I was very concerned coming into this match just because of how much I saw Natsupoi and Tam did struggle a lot with Yu and Nani Takahashi in the Goddess of Stardom match that they had. Suzuki and Risa Sera and Hiragi, these girls just beat the holy hecking crap out of Oedi Tai for the Artist of Stardom champions, and they are coming into the Triangle Derby as the reigning champions. These girls really worked over the Cosmic Angels here. Natsupoi, especially in the beginning, getting very, very worked over, thrown around quite a bit. But the Cosmic Angels both came in, Saki and Tom, making a save for Natsupoi. Absolutely nice to see. Um, because you don't, as I mentioned and complained quite incessantly with our NJPW Puer review, sometimes they just don't make the same saves that they do on their team members. It was nice to see the camaraderie coming back in the Cosmic Angels, which I've been kind of feeling like they might be losing a little bit of steam right now. However, this match really kind of showed me that they aren't quite dead yet. Suzuki avoiding a dive from Natsupoi in the corner was absolutely hilarious. It always reminds me of Samoa Joe. I just casually walks out and just starts laughing and I'm smarter. Suzuki, another one that is up there with my Sakurai. You want to watch this girl. Absolutely gorgeous, 20 years old. Deathmatch specialist. She can do the wrestling. She can do the crazy stuff. This girl is a total package, absolute total package. I really hope to see her coming over in North America very, very soon. Um, Suzu actually managed to hit a tequila sunrise, which has been one of her biggest and most impressive moves to kind of come out of her in the last little bit on Natsupoi. However, only getting a 2 on that as Natsupoi barely kicks out. She follows this up with a German bridge that manages to complete that 3 pin on Natsupoi, securing those 2 points for prominence. This time they didn't forget their belts. This time they actually took their belts, remembered, and pieced out with their championships and their smiles. This was a very fun match. I really, really enjoyed it. Just the unique and fun creativity that the Cosmic Angels, all 3 of them, Tam Nakano, Saki, and Natsupoi have, clashing with that just hard knocks, but also equal creativity that come from the team of prominence in Suzuki, Risu Sera, and Kurumi Hiragi. Um, Absolutely incredible match. You guys want to check this one out. The champions are absolutely incredible. So the next match, match 5 here, semi-main, was a tag match and one that I really, really enjoyed, featuring an oddball tagging of Mayu Iwatani and Syuri taking on the team of Utami Hayashishita and Maika. This was a Melball's dream. My 2 favorite girls, Utami and Maika, on the same team, taking on another amazing team of 2 other women who I'm quite fond of. Maika and Utami worked so well together in this match. Actually utilizing tag team match and tag team moves quite regularly and well together. I wish I could say the same thing about Syuri, but it was like the historic crossover show all over again. She suddenly, I don't know, forgot who she was fighting, whose team she was on, who. She forgot the who and ended up performing a tag team match or a tag team, sorry, move with Maika on Mayu Iwatani. I'm sure leaving Mayu Iwatani in absolute confusion as to what was going on. These girls ended up fighting to a time limit draw. Um, you can't get any better than that 20-minute time limit draw with these girls. Absolutely fun match. Mayu Iwatani just raring to go and keep going. She asked everybody to kind of join her on February 4th in a roulette match again to have fun and give the fans an amazing match. Unfortunately, everybody is busy on the 4th. Maika obviously having her tag team bout with Himeka taking on Yu and Nani Takahashi for the Goddess of Stardom Championships. Iwatani also, or sorry, Utami also busy that night, and Sohrei also busy that night. Iwatani leaving the show a little sad, little dejected, but I'm sure she will find herself something to do on the February 4th show. So we move on to the main event of the evening, which was a championship bout for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. Saya Kamitani, the reigning champion, taking on Ami Sohrei from God's Eye. This is an incredible match. This was the 13th time that Kamitani was coming in to defend her Wonder of Stardom Championship, and man, did Ami really put her through the ringer. Ami came in here really showing off her power, sometimes forcing Kamitani through moves that she was trying to reverse, trying to stop, trying to prevent. Ami was saying, "No way, no how, honey, you going through." And it was absolutely incredible to see. Ami is so, so strong. Her pairing with Mirai couldn't be more perfect. Um, Both these girls pulling out all the stops in this match, doing absolutely everything that they can to get the one up on each other. Chop battles, fight battles, strike battles, outside, inside. This match was off the chain. Um, Kamitani managing to pull off a Phoenix splash and retaining her title against Ami Sohrei. It was absolutely incredible. I highly, highly recommend if you're looking for a high energy, like if you're into the Golden Lovers matches, you will absolutely love these matches. This was comparable to Ibushi and Kenny Omega being in the ring. You guys will absolutely love this if you love those kind of matches. Um, Afterwards, Kamitani challenging Momo Watanabe and the next, I guess, match. Forgetting about Mina Shirakawa right now because she is kind of involved in the Triangle Derby. I think she needs to prioritize that a little bit, but I'm sure that she will be more than happy to get in there and figure out who, of Kamitani and Momo, which one won and which one she's going to take out. So that brings us to the end of the January 8th show here. Real quick, I'm going to run through the points here. So we have Prominence, who is sitting at 4 points. We have Arborembo, I'm going to struggle with this one. Arborembo GE sitting at 3 points. And then we have Club Venus, Oedi Tai, My Hemi with C, Classmates, Power Passion Pineapple, Bari Bari Bombers, and Rebel Army all sitting at 2 points. And then we have Lollipop, Unique Glare, H&M, Cosmic Angels, and that's it, all sitting at 0. So that brings us to the end of the January 8th show. The ending with the Wonder of Stardom Championship match was perfect way. I definitely felt that this show was actually a very, very strong show for the Stardom roster. I felt that this show in general was very, very highly rated show. Highly recommend if you're thinking about getting into Stardom or thinking about watching it, give this show a watch. You won't be disappointed. So from here, we're going to move on into the January 9th show and the last show that I have to review for you, which is good. It's good. I'm missing my partner right now. Andre, you have to come back. So moving on, we're going to go into match 1 of January 9th, which was a singles match between Momo Kohgo, representing the Stars faction, taking on Thekla from Donna Del Mondo. I love Thekla. I absolutely love Thekla, and she was wearing my absolute favorite gear for this match. Kind of like black pants, white top, kind of got a spider webbing kind of deal kind of going on. I absolutely love it. Go check this match out. It was absolutely amazing. Momo Kohgo also just absolutely adorable and works so hard in what she does. Thekla toying with Momo a little bit though. Mobo? Come on, Melball. Thekla toying with Momo a little bit at the beginning of this match. Momo really fighting hard after that. I think Thekla's experience, however, really, really was on showcase in this match. Momo actually hitting a really good 619 though. on Thekla. However, Thekla was able to pin Momo for the end of this one, picking up the win, and a very decisive one at that. This match was a very, very fun opener for myself. I felt that both of these women performed very, very well, and I felt that this was a very great showcase for both of them. So moving on to the next match. The next match was another singles match, and this saw Syuri from God's Eye taking on Yuna Mizumori from the Neo Stardom Army. Um, this was another one. Yuna very very vocal about her interests, or sorry, have a good match. Let's have some fun. Just screaming in the face of Syuri, and Syuri returning the favor, which I still haven't decided if it's terrifying or not. But it was a fun way, and a very um, a sportsmanlike way to begin the match, is something that we don't typically always see. I felt that this was a fantastic match. There was again some great chain wrestling at the beginning of this one. Yuna really feeding it to Syuri, doing her absolute best to try to catch up on that former world champion. But Syuri managed to pin Yuna and pick up a win in this match. I felt it was a lot of fun. It wasn't the most spectacular match for me, but it was a fun one to kind of showcase both Yuna and Syuri, have them kind of performing in the night, and a good way to kind of segue into the next match, which I felt was a ton of fun. And that was the match three, six-woman tag match that saw Club Venus, so the team of Mina Shirakawa, Zaya Brookside, and Mariah May, taking on Maika, Mai Sakurai, and Lady C. So a combo breaker here of DDM and Queen's Quest coming in there. Mai Sakurai and Lady C having been that little bit of oddball pairing in the Goddess of Stardom tournament there. They continued to work well and worked very, very cohesively with Maika in this tag team. Um, Mai Sakurai, being taunted a little bit by Mariah May at the beginning of this match, but um, Mai Sakurai, unlike Waka Tsukiyama, did not want to take that ish, and really put Mariah through a really good showing at the beginning of this. I felt this was the strongest that Mariah has looked since coming into the Stardom, and I was really, really appreciative of it, because who's better than Mai Sakurai, another girl who's building, building, building in this company to really help showcase Mariah May's skills. Maika dominating when she got in. I didn't expect any less. Shoulder checking everyone, lariating everyone, judo throwing. She's just absolutely power and incredible. Mina doing a very interesting modified dragon screw on Micah, trapping the arm at the same time. I thought that was a little weird. I thought it was going to look a little cool. It was very effective, but unfortunately, she did kind of almost pretty much throw Micah directly onto her face at that point. Which again, healing still after being kind of shattered there by a Phoenix Splash by Saya Kamitani. So she got out of there pretty quickly, taking in Mariah May. Lady C and Mariah May, I personally felt had the absolute best showing in this match. This showcased both of them and how good they work together. Um, Mariah, though, getting double teamed by Micah and Lady C, she took it very, very well and helped set up for the triple team match, which again kind of looks like to me like a almost like an assisted 3D, where Mina just really does force the person down into the ground. Mariah almost is doing a backdrop, and Zaya is doing a neck drop looking thing on her. Mariah picking up an amazing win over Lady C after a pile driver, which looked so good. I've been talking about how I love the flair that Mariah puts on her moves. This was just the cream of the crop that rose to the top. I really, really loved how this match ended. And really, really loving how I'm seeing Club Venus evolve and really kind of take control and dominance in this company. Looking forward to see how they kind of build up from here. So we're going to move into the next match, match four, which is an 8-woman tag match, which saw the team of Oedi Tai, which was made up of Kashima Saki, or Saki Kashima, Rina, Ruaka, and Natsuko Tora, taking on the team of Stars, which saw Mayu Iwatani, Saya Iida, Hazuki, and Koguma. Whew! I mean, this is fun. This is always fun. You know when Iwatani is going to be involved, that there's just going to be that reckless disregard that you're going to be biting your nails on the end of your seat for. But Saya Iida, one of Andre's personal favorites, another one of mine. She is absolutely been working her butt off. Um, just doing everything possible, and she's spending a lot more time than the rest of her team in the ring doing the work and taking the work from the other team. She started this off, she's Saida again starting off the match but getting caught in that Oedo Tai pose, but doing the machine gun chops on Tora. I again, much like Lady C hulked up you, these machine gun chops on Tora only hulked up her. She was able to force Natsuko Tora down, throwing that double chop off of the rope, which thank goodness because I love my Saya Ida and I love it when she does that double chop. Koguma, of course, getting in her double stomps on both Tora and Saki, doing the little stimpity stomps there on the ropes. Absolutely love that. It's one of my favorite things of her. For such a serious wrestler, she does have these amazing little goofy tendencies that I absolutely love, and it helps add to the entertainment of the match entirety. Hazuki and Tora really laid into each other in this one. I really, really want to see a one-on-one with these two. They clearly have some issues they need to work out, and I would love to see them go through that process. Really, really laid into each other a lot in this match. Oedo Tai cleaning house. They took out Mayu so much that she lost her tail. Mayu Iwatani lost her tail halfway through the match. You guys, it was funny, but also terrifying because you just know. Um, so Stars able to get some payback on Saki though. Koguma and Hazuki helping to launch Mayu into Saki. Already she was setting up for a shotgun drop kick. Them just launching her definitely made her a double barrel on that one. She follows it up with a senton to pin Saki, getting the Stars win over Oedo Tai. What a fun match! I always like seeing Mayu Iwatani. Again, the just reckless disregard has grown on me, and I absolutely enjoy seeing her wrestle. So we're going to move on to match 5 from here, which was a tag match that saw God's Eye, so Mirai and Amisore taking on the team of Queen's Quest, which was made up of Saya Kamitani and Utami Hayashishita. Utami and Mirai started this one off, and they started off in a typical judo style kind of match. It did take a number of minutes before any wrestling moves were actually kind of done, and I absolutely loved it. I love how they perfectly integrate the differences of styles into the wrestling match and allow it to still be a wrestling match, essentially. Um, Ami and Saya still wanting to punch each other, getting in there and really laying into each other the night after their Wonder of Stardom Championship match the night before. Um, Saya having to remove herself and putting Utami in there, and Ami and Utami fighting for dominance. Ami eventually overpowering the Red Queen before Utami comes back with a very powerful drop kick, laying both women out. The end of this match came with a time limit draw of all the things, and I absolutely love these time limit draws because it shows you just how strong both of these teams and all four of these individuals are. Um, great heavy hitting match. It was very, very fun. Utami, I believe, came out in this one without her jacket, which was a very interesting to me. I've never really seen her without her jacket. Very, very fun match, though. Definitely give it a check out. So the main event of this show was the only Triangle Derby match on this show, and it featured the Cosmic Angels, so the team of Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, and Saki, taking on the team of Lollipop, Waka Tsukiyama, Rina Amikura, and Yuko Sakurai. Lollipop all coming out together to their little theme song and thing, and all of Cosmic Angels coming out separately to their entrances because this was Tam Nakano's homecoming. This was the first time in a number of years that they had been able to perform in Tam Nakano's hometown. So this was an opportunity for them to celebrate her and for the crowd to also celebrate her. So Tom was also awarded A really, really big, pretty bouquet of flowers before the show kind of got it underway. And Tam starting off the match against Waka Tsukiyama and really kind of taking it to her a little bit. We kind of saw this little, I don't want to say cockiness, but this little kind of almost arrogance come out, and the fun little taunting side of Tom Nakano doing the bushi, kind of doing the arrogant pin that we sometimes see her do. Very, very fun for Waka to kind of be a part of there. Waka coming back though, really taking it to Tam and forcing Tam to have to get out. Um, Yuko and Saki, team members, color team members, actually having a really, really good kind of bout together because they are teammates regularly. It was very obvious that Yuko knew a lot of Saki's moves and Saki knew a lot of Yuko's moves. There was a ton of reversal, ton of back and forth. Really, really fun to watch. But then on top of that, just knowing that emotional background also just kind of fed into it even more. Um, at the end here, we had Tom and Waka squaring off and just going strike to strike. Waka almost going feral and just laying in, but Tam able to somehow maintain her composure, power through, and fed back to Waka, forcing Yuko and Rina to actually come in to Waka's aid and doing that three-person double decker, or sorry, triple decker splash onto Tom Nakano. Um, Waka was able to also piggyback her way onto Tom and managing to do that armbar that she does where she's piggybacking on your back and got your arms kind of pushed back, Diana Perazzo kind of style. I expected that to actually be the win because at that point, Yuko actually caught Natsupoi in an abdominal stretch, and Rina, I don't know what she was doing. She had Saki up on her shoulder and was just kind of bouncing her and. Um, I know that has a name. I know Andre would know what that name is, but I unfortunately don't. She was just on her back, jumping, pain angel. That's all you got to know. Pain angel. Um, Tam actually able to pin Waka, however, after she escapes from this and manages to pull a violet driver on Waka. The team having a very emotional and fun time afterwards. Tam not letting Lollipop leave and asking them to celebrate with them. And not only were they celebrating Tam, but they were celebrating all of Cosmic Angels. And Tam even inviting Mina down to kind of do this Cosmic Angel send off. And that in itself was also a very interesting thing because Mina looked out of place, which is not what usually Mina does. Mina is usually the spotlight. And she, she had her backstage stuff on, so she had the t-shirt and the tearaway pants and whatever. But there was a distinct notice of emotional distress, I'm gonna say, on Mina Shirakawa's face, in that she was very emotional. You could tell she was, crying and trying to prevent herself from tearing up. But there was a distinct almost, I don't want to say lack of camaraderie, but there was a distinct noticeability in that there was a tension there that hasn't been there before Mina's face got broken. So it's interesting to see the kind of difference in personality that Mina has had coming back and forming Club Venus. For now, she is a part of the Cosmic Angels. Will she remain a member of the Cosmic Angels? Will she do a hostile takeover, kick out Tom and take over? We're just gonna have to wait and see in this time. Um, so that being said, we're gonna do one more kind of rundown of the points here. Um, we have, come on, you guys, where are they? We have Prominence sitting at 4. We have Arborembo GE sitting at 3. And then we have Club Venus. We have Oedo Tai. We have Cosmic Angels, My Hemi with C, Classmates, Power Passion Pineapple, Bari Bari Bombers, and Rebel Army sitting all at 2 points. We have Queen's Quest as well as I don't know. We just have Queen's Quest. That's it. We have Queen's Quest sitting at 1 point. And then we have Lollipop, Unique Glare, H&M, And that's it, all sitting at 0 points. Man, what a tournament so far we have had. This has been such a fun thing. This has been very hard to do without Andre C, though. Let me tell you, I am missing him today. Andre, I am looking forward to having you back, my friend. So that being said, if you guys are interested in watching Stardom, you can check out their link in the description box below. But I will also let you know that it is www.stardom-world. It is 920 yen, or approximately $10 Canadian. You want to go check that out. It is totally worth the cost. Worth the cost. It is the same cost. I think it's 999 yen for the NGPW subscription, but again, you guys, $20 for an amazing month of wrestling. You can't go wrong on there. Also want to bring your attention to the QR code over here for our affiliate. We have Rogue Energy Drink, an amazing vegan and tasty snack that you can get at rogueenergy.com there. If you use our promo code OLEPODS, you can get 10% off of your order. I unfortunately don't have my Mina Shaker Kawa with me for the Shaker Kawa special. However, you can get that for the amazing price of $17.99 on Rogue Energy, and you get to choose 6 different flavors of what they have available for you. I actually have tried the sour candy one. That one is my absolute favorite. Also, the blood orange one. The blood orange one literally tastes like you are eating pieces of orange. You definitely want to give that guy a try. You also want to check out, if you are not watching us on our Andre and Melball's YouTube, you want to go check out our amazing friend Mike the Ref at Backbreaker Video and Backbreaker Media. He is on Twitch usually every Wednesdays for the AEW sidecast. He does video gaming. He showcases other video gamers. He showcases other affiliates like myself who like to talk about wrestling and various other topics. Definitely go give him a check out. Again, Backbreaker Video, and all of the links for him and his social medias will be linked in the description box below. If you're wanting to get in touch with a Melball, you can find me on Twitter at Collins Melball. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook at Melball Collins. And if you're looking to find my amazing co-host Andre C, you can find him at That Canada Guy on Twitter and That Canada Dude on Instagram. You can also find him on our Facebook fan page, which is going to be Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk. So that being said, oh, also, we have to shout out our amazing affiliates over here, OLE, our local establishments, who are also the ones who give us our amazing rogue affiliation here. Their blah blah blah, their social links, as well as links to their YouTube page, to our local establishment, where you can see a Melball doing her Paramindful show every other Monday at 5 p.m. You can also find Andre C, who provides colorful content over there in the Marvel Talk with our amazing affiliate Ed Fries. They're doing that kind of on a monthly basis. We'll also let you know here on Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk whenever that stuff is going down. And that being said, I think we have actually come to the end of our show here. Yeah, I cannot wait for Andre to be back. I have missed you, Andre. This gave me so much stress doing this alone, but we will see you next time. Adios.